Well, coming off that fairly frustrating 0-0 draw against Southampton at St. Mary's, Liverpool returning home to Anfield to take on Sunderland, which through 8 games was the worst team in EPL history. Yes, even worse than that infamous Derby County team. But suddenly it appears David Moyes has turned things around. He has the Black Cats with 2 consecutive wins, and they are no longer the bottom team in the EPL table. They have 8 points. The sorry Swans of Swansea City have 6. But at any rate, Sunderland is a team that can no longer be taken lightly. Really, no Premier League team can be taken lightly, no matter how bad they are, because it is such a competitive league. But at any rate, Sunderland has real momentum heading into this game. Jermaine Defoe has 7 goals already this season. Victor Anichebe has 3 goals in the past 2 games. So you can expect Moyes to deploy 2 strikers up top. They are going to probably be successful. They're going to give Dejan Lovren and Joel Matip plenty of problems. And, I do think that Sunderland will end up getting on the score sheet in this game. However, that being said, you better believe the Reds will do everything they can and more to score after getting held goalless against Southampton. Unfortunately, the cutting edge of Adam Lallana's creativity and skill will once again be missed. He is still recovering from his groin injury, and while that, I'm sure many people are saying, look, Daniel Sturridge has to be thrown back into the lineup, my gut tells me that Jurgen Klopp is going to start the same side that went up against Southampton last week with a midfield that includes Emre Can, Gini Wijnaldum, and Jordan Henderson. I have a hard time seeing Klopp dropping Coutinho back into a midfield role to accommodate Sturridge. And who's really to say that Sturridge is guaranteed to start even if Klopp wants to put in a striker? Would not shock me if he put Origi instead, which I'm sure would infuriate Sturridge. But really, they have to figure out a way to make it work. Sturridge is clearly unhappy right now, and hopefully he will figure out a way to make things work. The problem is, he does not fit into that high press system. But I think Liverpool can have a lot of success in this game without putting a heavy press on Sunderland, because besides that strong front line, they don't really scare you. Really, the only player I'd say who really impresses is Patrick Van Aanholt, one of the more underrated players in the Premier League. But ultimately, guys like Jones, Pickford, O'Shea, they don't stand a chance against the likes of Firmino, Coutinho, and Sadio Mane. I'm looking for Mane in particular to show up and have a big game here. He might soon start be thinking about the African Cup of Nations. It's going to be really difficult being without Mane for a month. But at any rate, you can count on Coutinho and Firmino to really pick things up. Of course, Coutinho is not 100% fit. Firmino is probably still a little bit jet-lagged too from international duty with Brazil. But, Sunderland, like I said, is a team that cannot be taken lightly. The Black Cats have never won at Anfield in the Premier League. However, they have drawn more than they have lost. And last season, if you'll recall, that was the game in which Liverpool supporters staged a walkout in the 77th minute to protest ticket prices once again being raised by the greedy Fenway Sports Group. Ultimately, that protest worked, but it came with a price. Liverpool blew a 2-0 lead in that game. Sunderland ended up drawing 2-2, and that was a huge blow towards the Reds' UEFA Champions League hopes. So, look, for Liverpool to get back on track, this game is absolutely critical. This is one of the next 4 games which are against teams in the bottom half of the table. Fully expect the Reds to take 12 points. So, with a heavy attack, a team that will be clicking and firing on all cylinders, I expect Jurgen Klopp's lads to win this game 4-1. And with that, Reds fans, just a little friendly reminder that, as always, you will never walk alone.